Hailey Davidson, a transgender golfer originally from Scotland, is making headlines as she edges closer to securing a spot on the prestigious LPGA Tour. Having successfully navigated the initial stages of qualifying school, Q School, over the weekend, Davidson now stands just 2 steps away from earning her place among the world's elite female golfers. Her journey, however, has ignited a heated debate over the fairness of allowing transgender athletes to compete in women's sports, with opinions sharply divided within the golfing community. Davidson, 31, who now resides in Florida, made history 3 years ago as the first transgender woman to win a professional women's golf event in the minor leagues. Her performance at Q School brings her closer to fulfilling her dream of becoming a member of the LPGA Tour, a goal she hopes will make her native Scotland proud. Yet, her ambition has drawn criticism from some prominent figures, including former LPGA Tour professional Amy Olsen, who has publicly declared Davidson's participation in women's golf as unfair. Olsen, a seasoned golfer with 2 runner-up finishes in major tournaments during her decade-long career on the LPGA Tour, took to social media to voice her concerns. She argued that allowing Davidson, who was assigned male at birth, to compete in women's events compromises the integrity of the competition. These women have worked too hard and too long to have to stand by and watch a man compete for and take their spot, Olsen wrote. The only fair path forward is a policy based on sex, not gender. Davidson, however, has remained unapologetic in the face of such criticism. In a recent Instagram post, she addressed her detractors directly, dismissing their concerns as an excuse for their own athletic shortcomings. I will never understand athletes who blame a transgender competitor for their own athletic failures, Davidson wrote. If you don't take accountability for your failures, then you will never actually be good enough to make it. Davidson's journey in golf began well before her transition. She competed as a male golfer in 2015, but later began hormone therapy as part of her gender transition. Since then, Davidson has consistently rejected the notion that she has an unfair advantage over her cisgender female competitors. She points out that her driving distance has decreased by 30 yards since undergoing gender-affirming treatment, challenging the idea that she retains any significant male physical advantages. The controversy surrounding Davidson's pursuit of an LPGA Tour card is not the first time the issue of transgender athletes in women's sports has come to the fore. In 2004, Mianne Bagger, a transgender woman from Denmark, became the first transgender golfer to qualify for the Ladies European Tour. Like Davidson, Bagger faced significant scrutiny and opposition during her career. Bagger, who began playing golf as a child and was considered a promising talent, underwent sex reassignment surgery and subsequently convinced the league to change its female at birth membership requirement. Now 58, Bagger has since voiced her own concerns about the inclusion of transgender women in female sports. Despite being a trailblazer for transgender athletes, Bagger has expressed reservations about the current policies governing transgender participation in women's sports. I'm seen as a bit of a hypocritical voice, so I just have to take the abuse, Bagger said in 2022. I still think there could be access for transitioned women to women's sport, but I just don't agree with the current, softened policies that are requiring less and less medical intervention of a male-bodied person entering women's sport. As Davidson continues her quest to make history on the LPGA Tour, the debate over transgender inclusion in sports is likely to intensify. Her story underscores the broader tensions between the principles of inclusion and fairness, as sports organizations and athletes grapple with the complexities of gender identity in competition. With the next phase of Q School set for October, all eyes will be on Davidson as she aims to secure her place among the top female golfers in the world.